Thank you, gentlemen. First leg is Max to throw first. Game on.
With the top half of the draw, the semi-final in the top half sorted out, with Van Gerwen looking ahead to his showdown with Rob Cross. Just a matter of days after they met in the Premier League. Attention now turns to the bottom half.
45.
And also, I just have to say, the more I listen to this walk-on music of Sedlacek, it's glaringly obvious that the singer is singing Maya, Maya, Maya. How I missed it earlier on, I do not know. Maya the Bee, the main character in the adventures of Maya the Bee. It's the cartoon from where the music comes.
121.
But there's no doubt about it, it's Sedlacek who's creating the buzz here, Paul.
That's absolutely right. I think he's been the story of the week so far. But if there's going to be a trend in dart players who are going to walk out to kids' television program theme songs, then I might have to join this party when I come back. And without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to walk out to the theme song from Button Moon.
Do you know what? I couldn't even begin to think how that goes. I know exactly what Button Moon is, but I would not have a Scooby-Doo as to... Well, there's another one.
Well, yeah.
Inadvertently.
Well, the gauntlet has been laid down by Ricky Evans, hasn't it? Because he started the whole Baby Shark thing, which Mikuru Suzuki now owns. But it seems to be a trend. I think if you want to, get popular, I think it seems to be the 21st century way to go, and why not? I couldn't get Baby Shark out of my head for months after Maastricht.
Well, Max Hopp is the favourite to come through this one. He is the number 10 seed, despite the exploits of Sedlacek this weekend.
8-8 for a first leg breaker throw. And who's
Karel
to say
Sedlacek.
that Mr. Sedlacek isn't going to make a semi-final?
He might not be in the mood to end the party just yet.
Well, he's just shown us how you keep the crowd quiet.
140.
Take the first leg and just keep the lead. Don't do anything silly.
Well, this incredible journey of Karel Sedlacek began
100
in January, the 19th of January, I think it was, when he embarked on this qualification campaign for the third European Tour event of 2019. And it began
59.
with a 6-0 win over the Serbian Armend Avidia. 6-5 against Patrick Kovac, 6-1 against Michal Smeda, 6-2 against Jakub Kaspar, and then 6-3 in the final against Vukaš Vaclavski. As Max Hopp gives the crowd something to get involved with. 3 matches he's come through this weekend already. 8 matches played in
56.
total. Can he make it 9 out of 9?
I'll tell you one thing I've learned today, Rob, and that's that I'm going to have to brush up on my Czech name pronunciation skills before we go to Prague.
60.
Deceptive, very, very deceptive they are.
I'm going to have to get on social media and make some friends from that area of the world and maybe go on
59.
an app on my phone and get some
61.
pronunciation lessons.
You've got to pay close attention to all the accents that appear in their alphabet. Not quite easy as ABC here for Max Hopp so far, but he's looking at a chance here to break back.
59.
He's dragged all 3 darts a little low there. How much pressure can Karel put on? Plenty. That's enough.
97.
A sensible switch. Squaring up to 90. If he'd have got the treble, it would have been so much better, but 90's a good number. Will he get a pop at it? Double 16 for Hopp, Hopp, Hopp. Hopp, Hopp, Hopp's in.
Max Hopp. Third leg is Max to throw first.
Great response by Max Hopp, and
Game on.
just keeps Sedlacek in check.
There's only one person on the whole European Tour who gets this kind of ovation, and I'd go so far as to say it's even better. And we will find out in 2 weeks in Graz.
140.
Sulevicville, after the way he got a reception last year. And I still don't know how Johnny Clayton beat him in Graz because
108.
Because it was so vociferous, but Sedlacek is being the kind of guy who isn't intimidated by anything. Showing some metal here.
Well, his scoring has really improved.
100.
79.29 the average yesterday against Ian White. It was 96.5 in that 6-5 win against Darren Webster in round 3. And okay, he's not backed up the 180 with anything over a ton there, but more than holding his own so far.
100.
102.38 the average at the moment for Sedlacek.
He's showing us a level that we didn't know he had.
41.
And that's no disrespect. We thought he was a steady player, but he's shown us he's got a couple of levels.
The improvement in his finishing from yesterday to the match against Webster was astonishing as well.
122.
Evil Charlie.
85.
What's the basis of that nickname again?
I think Charlie is a nickname for anybody who's called Karel.
Ah.
Or maybe it's to do with Checkpoint Charlie. Max Hopp's on point there, though.
Well, like it's Karel to throw first. Game.
I didn't know whether it had something to do with another kids program.
It could well have. There could be any number of possibilities and reasons why.
100.
Mind you, would you have the word evil in a kids program? Is that going a bit far?
That might be going a bit too over the top.
Mind you, I remember a cartoon called Rude Dog and the Dweebs.
And also, let's not forget the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which don't sound too
60.
user-friendly for anybody under the age of 6.
Yeah, nobody's had a nickname related to that yet.
Too long.
I am very much looking forward to
47.
the potential of Karel Sedlacek in front of his home crowd in Prague. I think it'll be something to watch. But that is in a few weeks. That's actually in June.
100.
And it is on the provision that he qualifies. It's not a guarantee, that's for sure. There are some very good players in the Czech Republic.
60.
It was never a guarantee that Max Hopp was going to get through home nation qualifiers. Well, he hasn't got to worry about them anymore because he's not allowed to play in them.
It should be pointed out as well that these two do know each other very well indeed. They do spend a lot of time together practicing. Max lives fairly close by to the Czech border, and they have known each other for a few years, even though there is a bit of an age gap between the two of them. So there's no unknown quantity here.
There's an age gap between many players and Max Hopp. Even though he's a seasoned, well, he's not a veteran, but he's a seasoned professional now in his early 20s. What a ludicrous thing to say.
100. Karel 154.
But maybe it's going to help Sedlacek, the fact that he does know him so well.
58.
All the pressure's on Hopp here. Make no mistake. Perfect start from Max. Oh, he's not going to leave double one, is he? Treble 10's the prudent one.
130.
That will do.
Karel 96.
Now he needs treble 19. Doesn't get it. And now
64.
Hopp has
Karel
choices.
52.
Surely it's a big 20. Oh, well, he was good on double 16 earlier in the match, but now he's gone for tops.
Yeah, interesting that. But it proves vindicated, that particular decision.
I think it's really funny when the camera pans out of the crowd there and almost everybody gets on their feet and puts their arms in the air. And there's one lowly gentleman who looks like a member of a rock band who just doesn't move. Not very impressed with that 52 check out and a 3-1 lead.
57.
I'll wait for something else to come along.
There he is. Wasn't too impressed with that. I'm sure he'll be impressed if Max gets through this game. Cast your mind back to Hildesheim at the last Euro Tour. There was a gentleman made very famous for his bongo cam.
On the bongo cam, yeah.
Bongo cam skills.
96.
I think the bongo cam skills have been lacking here in Munich. So you're on notice, Saarbrücken. Get practicing your bongo skills. Skills are plenty from Hopp, who is under a bit of pressure in the next week because he's defending that 25,000. And there's a brilliant piece of play from Sedlacek.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule out Sedlacek just yet. It looks as though Max is, stepping things up, but it's just one break. And Sedlacek is down to a finish first, although that's good pressure being applied by Max, who himself is down to a big one.
Yeah, straight tons, a great shot here. Asks the question.
Stayed well away from that treble 20 bed with that final dart. Sensible play by Sedlacek. No need to be careless at this stage. And he will have a crack at tops to break back for a 3-2 deficit.
96. Karel 40.
It's just like MVG says, he can't afford any mistakes.
Okay. Yeah, the partisan crowd playing their part maybe to just knock Sedlacek off his balance there.
Starting to sound like Saarbrücken from last year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very similar indeed. 4-1 to the good. And they're delighted.
Well, Max Hopp, winner of the German Darts Open last year, beating Michael Smith 8-7 in the final, but on the back of that he didn't really achieve a great deal in the rest of the European Tour last year. He made the third round at Gibraltar, and that was pretty much as good as it got for Max Hopp.
57.
6-3 win against Keegan Brown yesterday, and then 6-3 against Kim Huybrechts earlier.
41.
5 180s in that match, an average of just over 96.
Do you know what, Rob? I've been agonising over this all day, and I've thought that Sedlacek reminds me of somebody, and I finally figured it out. Peter Hunt.
Tweet that, get it out there, share that one.
Very similar. He's got the same haircut, same sort of facial hair. I'm sure our backstage friend Jacques Newlack would probably be able to see it. I'm getting a thumbs up from him. Great player, Peter Hunt. Popular look right now to have no hair. It's effective, aerodynamic.
Yeah, there's two of them involved in the first semi-final as well. A little later on this evening. Before that, we have the final of our quarterfinals. Joe Cullen and Simon Whitlock. Whitlock with a Euro Tour title to his name, Joe Cullen without one. That's
the exact opposite of what I just said, isn't it? You've got someone who's got the most hair and someone who's fighting to keep his hair.
Now.
140. Karel 157.
It's all about fighting to keep your tournament alive at the minute.
97. Actually, 149.
Again, he sets it up, asks the question. And last time around, he missed and gave Hopp 6 from this spot. Can't afford to do it again. The crowd will get involved.
$88. Karel 60.
Well, Max Hopp can't do anything about this. It is just a hold of throw for Sedlacek. And for Max, it's all about effectively these two holes of throw, and if the opportunities come along on the Sedlacek throw, then all well and good.
That's a good start from Max. Where Sedlacek's going this week, if he keeps playing like this, I think we'll see a lot more of him in the coming seasons. He's got a long way to go to make himself the most famous Karel in the Czech Republic, though. Remember Karel Poborský?
I do.
He had some hair.
Euro 96.
100.
Which was before Max Hopp was born. It was 2 months before Max Hopp was born.
Not at all depressing. So at the World Cup, if
Of darts, you're talking?
Yeah, of darts. If Karel Sedlacek plays with Pavel Yerkel, you could have a Karel and a Pavel, just like Karel Poborski and Pavel Nedved.
Anchoring that midfield, as they have done in the World Cup.
Yeah. I think the Czech Republic is booming for this sport. It's the right time to go to Prague because
43.
you've got someone who can be the flag bearer, and we're going to see Pavel Yerkel in the next couple of weeks. So the Czechs are coming. We said the Germans have been coming for years. Everybody wants to join the party.
60.
Shouldn't be forgotten, of course, that Max Hopp picked up a second PDC ranking title late last year as well when he took the honours at Players' Championship 19 in Dublin against Madas Razma.
Hardest Pro Tour to win that one, because everybody's there. That's what makes it so incredible that he won a Euro Tour and that particular Players' Championship.
Yeah, and I think it was significant for Hopp in that it was a way to ensure that his Euro Tour success wasn't a one-off or something that was crowd-assisted, if you like.
20.
Talk of him being a one-hit wonder maybe, which may have been hard to handle, but it must be a good feeling, I suppose, coming out on top in a field of 1 to 8 when everybody's there. Of course, all the big guns are there as well.
Absolutely, there was nobody missing.
56. Max require 44.
And of course, he then made his World Grand Prix debut against Chizzy the following day. Double 16 for Hopp. Sneaks it into the top left corner, and he's one away from a place once again in a Euro Tour semi-final.
Yeah, he's just been too strong for Sedlacek, and the levels of Karel have been up, then down, up today again, but then he's just come down a little bit. He's regressed a bit tonight. Must feel a little bit different for him to play 2 games in one day. We asked the question about Ted Everts, first time he played 2 Euro Tour games in one day, and he handled it superbly. And I think Sedlacek has handled himself fabulously this week.
85.
Well, there's a chance here for Hopp to just steal a march on his opponent.
57.
Not really taking it though.
He did mention that the winner gets Whitlock or Cullen, and that game follows this. There's those masks again. Is that the Salvador Dali
It's the
mask?
Salvador Dali.
How very cultural. In this hall, of all places, the Kultur.
The Kulturhalle, the Zenith.
100.
This could be Sedlacek Zenith. It could be as far as he goes this weekend.
96.
It's a lot of money towards getting to Göttingen, and that's something that now Sedlacek can really shoot for, something that Max Hopp, you would feel, will definitely make. But last year you had to make, I think it was £13,000.
13 it was. It may be slightly more this year given the increased prize money for quarter-finalists and semi-finalists.
If in doubt, get to 20.
Or 25.
Yeah, just
Oh,
win
do
an
you mean
event.
win one, yeah, for
Yeah,
25,000.
you'd be fine, just win an event. That'll sort a lot of things out. It's going to make one bank manager happy at the end of the night. Hopp is just stuttering at the minute. He's not scoring heavily, but it's still good enough. A really good last start. And he will be back. He should have at least one match start. Pressure's on.
99.
Will his match start be the bull? Will it be match darts plural at double 16? Might be something else. It is the bull.
61.
Would have been a nice way to finish things off for Max Hopp.
He knows how to finish a match on a bull.
He could do with a flourish though. I mean, he's averaging just over 90, so he could just do with something just to get the crowd further on side, but Sedlacek steps in, takes out that 76. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, it could be a third successive 6-3 win this weekend for Max Hopp. 6-3 against Brown, 6-3 against Hybrex. And if he holds throw here, it will be 6-3 once again.
140.
You may look at that match dart as a bonus match dart, because it was against the throw. maybe the shackles are off for Sedlacek now.
I've said it
got
time
no
and
pressure on him.
I've said it time and time again. It is just, it looks like a chasm, but it is just the one break. 5-4 could easily become, or 5-3 as it is now, could easily become 5-5. And then the tension in Hopp's shoulders would be unbearable for him, I think.
100.
I think the better player right now is Sedlacek. Only just though. And I've said it all along, you can keep your 100 average games. I'd rather have a game like this. Run about the 90. I like misses for drama.
60.
That is world-class finishing from both players. Anything from 50% above is brilliant. 71% from Hopp. That's exemplary.
98.
Taking his time a little bit more now, Max.
Oh, yeah. Just going to say, he needed 140 there, really.
64.
Well, he's produced a few surprises this weekend, and he may well produce another big surprise here. My word. A fraction away from stunning the crowd inside the Zenith Arena.
Well, that was so close. No match dart in this leg, and Sedlacek can get one leg closer to him.
25.
Well, he just refuses to go away, doesn't he? And there is the break, and you can almost hear a pin drop inside here. It is a break back, it is 5-4, and that just makes a huge, huge difference. It really does. And there were signs that that had been on the cards as well.
Absolutely right. Who's to say it that Max Hopp gets another match dart? There are no guarantees in darts. None whatsoever. And Karel Sedlacek just doesn't want this journey to end. And I don't blame him. He's having a ball here in Munich.
A journey that began 3 months ago on a very cold January day in Prague against an unknown Serbian called Armend Avidia. Who would have known at the time that this, or that particular victory, would lead to a chance to take Max Hopp to a deciding leg in a Euro Tour quarter-final?
That's why the system is in place around Europe, so that if you think you're good enough, you can go and have a crack. Well, here's the proof, everybody.
100.
Everybody in Eastern Europe, the Nordic Baltic. We've got the new qualifier now for the Western South European qualifier. Get yourself along, have a go, and see if you can do it with the big boys, and that's just bad fortune for Max. It all seems to be turning right now.
Everything's going against him. Now, can Sedlacek just step on the throat of Max Hopp?
92.
Just strain the wrong side of that treble 18 bed.
That's not the worst miss in the world.
It's a manageable 3 darts for Sedlacek. And if Max doesn't find a treble here,
60.
well, he's down to a big finish of 167. Sedlacek, firm favourite now. 52 away, tops he wants to take us all the way to a decider.
72.
Got to give the crowd a lot of credit. They're not giving him any stick.
They're not. I think they're just in a little bit of admiration for Sedlacek and what he's achieving here. He will have 3 clear darts at tops.
I think they're in a state of shock, because they thought he's already had 1 match dart, Max. They thought he was going to get more. Well, the only way he's going to get more is looking like a last leg decider. Double 10. It's in. It is a last leg decider. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Now, how vital is it that Max Hopp won the bullseye upstairs in the practice room? It could be huge.
It could be, but the way he's playing and the way his confidence must be shot, I wouldn't bank on it. That said, he could just prove me wrong.
97.
Yeah, missed dart and a bullseye, wasn't it, in leg 8 for a 6-2 win.
100.
It's been one of those nights so far. The crowd are getting their money's worth.
Maxi.
140.
No Max, but a ton 40.
Sedlacek up to a 2 treble visit. No
That's a
signs of
huge
tension.
shame. Well, okay, he's trimmed off the 1. If that counts for anything, I don't think it really does.
Yeah, it forces him to hit a max to get to a finish next time.
Yeah, anything less than that. And it could well be curtains for him. But
97.
Oh, that's a good dart. Max Hopp is in major control now.
46.
that's a real shame.
267.
Real shame that he couldn't really make a fist of it in this final leg, but Max Hopp won't be taking anything for granted just yet. And again,
now.
Sedlacek's in a position where effectively he's got a free hit here. He may as well just play with a bit of controlled aggression and see what happens. And that's a lovely first dart as well. And the second dart's not bad either. Can he follow it up? 140.
You've got to hold your hands up and say well done to Max Hopp. Under the pressure he was under, he has left double 18 after 12.
And he's taken out double 18 with his 13th dart. And Max Hopp is through to the semi-finals of a European Tour event once again. And maybe, just maybe, the heroics he achieved last year at the German Darts Open may well be replicated once again here at the German Darts Grand Prix in Munich